Live. It's Chris Denman, Travis Harrell, extremely, very special guest today, Tommy Davidson. He's going to be at Helium Comedy Club all weekend long. Travis, I got a little cold sweat going, got the excitement building.
This is a legend, man. I don't even know how to behave right now.
And he's just getting started, man. Think about that. Think of the things he's done.
I like that. I like that.
You gotta frame that, especially now.
You're right, though.
You're
right. This is the best chapter.
It is, and you've got the great experience under your belt. I love seeing the guys from In Living Color that are just literally crushing,
killing
everywhere,
killing the game,
everywhere.
Killing the game, and still here. Like a lot of people, there's a lot of artists out there that are killing the game. For us to be still among them is like almost miracle material.
Isn't it?
It's almost
do you
miracle
ever
material.
step back and you're like, is this a simulation? Like, am I in space somehow?
You know, all the time. I mean, I forgot what it was, and it was just recently. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, and I can't remember what it was, but maybe it'll hit me.
When so many good things happen
to
you,
it's
right?
just like,
right.
Okay, this is kind of cool, you know?
Right. How did
I know what it was. I was the other night. I performed at the Laugh Factory.
Yes,
in
LA.
Okay. And Jeremy Piffin was there, and all these comics were there. And then I went right from there over to the Savoy in L.A. Like Black LA. And I with Chris
Thank you for
Spencer
the
and all these other
designation.
people,
Sure.
and killed both, and was in the car, back at home, like.
What a pure rush of energy,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
How did your time? How did A Living Color set that up for you as far as being able? Because you're right, everyone a part of that show has been able to sustain a great success. So how did that experience prepare you for your career now?
I think that it just was the fact that we worked so hard. We came from working hard.
Yeah.
All of us were struggling, trying to find whatever vehicle we were going to get. The part that's important to know is that at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, in the comedy scene at the time, Seinfeld didn't have a show. Roseanne didn't have a show.
Right.
Ben Stiller didn't have nothing. Adam Sandler didn't have nothing. I mean, it was like Roseanne, Ellen was doing stand-up. I mean, Steve Harvey ain't had nothing. Bernie Mac ain't had nothing. Cedric wasn't even on the scene. You know what I mean? Martin didn't have nothing. Martin was nowhere near nothing, near doing a damn thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you got to consider that was what the lineup was.
Right.
And the people that were starting to do stuff were Whoopi Goldberg, Robin Williams, Michael Keaton.
Letterman wasn't what he is. Letterman wasn't what he is now. Then
Michael Keaton came from stand-up.
Yeah.
So he started rolling. Tom Hanks was doing stand-up. He started rolling because he had got that TV show.
Tell a kid that was
like,
born.
You know what I mean?
Tell a 7-year-old that Jim Carrey was a stand-up comedian at this point.
Right.
Like they'd be like, "What
are you
the
talking
movie
about?"
guy?" Yeah.
He's actually one of the best.
Yeah.
He's actually. Oh yeah.
You put him up there.
Jimmy will kill a room. He just decided not to do it right now. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
So how in the world with those personalities, with you guys' work ethic, how did you guys make it work? Like, because again, you guys were doing things, especially Fox was basically brand new. You guys
Fox
were
was
given
the cops station,
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
think about that. Fox wasn't even
right.
necessarily respected
Right.
like others.
But
like,
you guys basically had the green light to almost do anything on that show. It felt like
Right.
it. But so how did the collaboration process over time work with so many talented personalities in one room?
It's simple. You know, we all had finally got a show. And
There
we're on
it
the
is.
same. We had a chance to do what we do. And the reason why we were able to do what we do is because Fox was new.
Right.
So they didn't have that, you know, oh, you can't do that. They just wanted to survive.
Right.
they needed content.
Yeah,
and
but they
like,
passed
go
on the
for it.
show.
Right.
They passed on the show.
Wow.
They passed on the show and said, we don't want to do that show. And then the tape was leaked to the other networks. And then they grabbed it and wanted to look like a genius. Oh, this is ours. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think ultimately the success of the show was helped along by Fox maybe being a little more standoffish on the content side?
Not really, because
You think it would have worked on NBC everywhere else? Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked anywhere else.
Okay.
I don't think it would have. It was just, it was that perfect eclipse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you everything just lines up right and you can't explain it. It's just like one of those things, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, when we got on there, they were so dependent, you know, on having something good.
Right.
And we were that. And we pushed it. I mean, we drove them crazy, though.
I bet.
Yeah.
We drove.
Some of the sketches were like
Keenan crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fight. It was a fight. Like we would not do what we wanted to do. And you guys are lucky because you guys are a benefactor of some gangster ass comedy because we were just like, we gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, just say it. If you're going to say, oh, yeah, say that. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it, yeah, do that.
We say, and we're not going to spend the whole time just talking about this. It's just such a seminal moment and such a, I guess.
Not
I don't know. You want to sit here for 4 hours? Because it's going to get weird.
No, I'll be out of the window. Tommy just jumped out of the window into the cold. And he started military crawling to the White Castle. We don't know what's going on. Hold on, he's in traffic right now. He's actually riding a German Shepherd. He's riding a German Shepherd down Leonard Street. Oh no, he's hit by a van. Not really. He's in the van. You know, he's like, you know, it's just like.
And Stevie keeps going.
Right.
But you guys did something, and I've always been curious about this. On the flip side, you guys took some shots at some celebrities, of course. What were their reactions to seeing these new kids on the block, if you will, taking shots at some big time celebrities at the time? Okay.
Everybody loved it. I mean, Arsenio Hall didn't like it.
Okay.
You know. But he a bitch. You know what I mean?
In a technical
I'm
term.
gonna finally say that. Man. Yeah. I went to his show, man. I went to his show in L.A. like just recently, man. And I was with my wife, and you know, I came back and let them know I was there, and like I came back to say hi, and he left. Like,
Really?
And he knew I was there.
It's still like that?
Yeah, man. So I was like, you a bitch, man. I'm tired of you with that, man. I'm tired of all that, man. I'm like, what's wrong with you, man?
I just want to say thank you for the best soundbite we've ever had.
Right. Came to show some
No
love.
one came to your show. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you think about him having white girls open for him all over the place?
you know what? I don't know. I didn't know that was happening.
Oh, it's something I noticed. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I don't pay much attention to him. You know. It's
Let's
just
see if we
like,
could drill
you know,
down a little
I
further,
didn't-
Travis.
I did not know that one. Okay.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Oh, well.
I
Oh,
thought
well.
I thought you'd have another biting
well,
opinion
yeah.
on it. So back to
Original
Living Color.
question. Yeah.
Original, yeah.
Yeah, I went
swing it
down
all
there.
the way
Yeah,
back.
bitch. You know, yeah. I was gone.
We're gonna see on TMZ Tommy Davidson,
Right.
Arsenio Hall squared up
Right.
on Hollywood Boulevard because of our dumb show.
Right.
So I grew up in a rural area. I want to admit,
Here?
in Missouri. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to admit something, and I want you to understand the impact that this show had. So I had a farm and animals and all this cool stuff. I watched In Living Color all the time, right? Mm-hmm. You know what? You have like a fish tank, right? Mm-hmm. I had a snail in that fish tank that I named Homie the Snail. After your tip. So I'm
Don't let it scare you.
Yeah,
No,
like,
this is-
I'm
this is
six-
real.
I'm like,
No,
that's
this
a
is
snail,
real.
man.
This is
the
real.
whitest
This
thing I've
this
ever-
is the impact your damn show had on me. I was like, my dad's like, you mean like Homie the Clown? I'm like, yes, that will be
Yes,
Homie the
the
Snail,
snail's homie.
because I loved it. I loved it
And
so
plus,
much.
he's my homie.
He's my homie.
Yeah.
homie father.
It
Yes.
works.
It works on several different
What a
levels.
beautiful
so,
thing, man.
Right?
That's
Isn't
cool,
that
man.
wild?
Yeah.
You think about that.
What a
girl.
beautiful thing. That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm
really
sure
cool.
you've had a lot cooler stories about that as far as the reach goes.
Nah, the
But-
snail one is pretty up there.
Yeah, please talk about that and tag me on Twitter when you do. Thank you.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
I do want to know though, as far as because you've been in the game for a long time, like being able to
He
adjust.
keeps attacking
I
your
know,
age.
I
He
don't.
keeps attacking your
And
age.
I'm only
It's getting
only
weird.
bringing it up.
you know,
Not even.
yeah.
You
I
look
mean,
younger than both of
yeah,
us, so
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of
Really does.
embarrassing.
He is attacking my age.
It is. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want you to be
I
clear.
feel a little mortality hate going on here. You know
There
what I
is.
mean?
Do you want him to
He's
step out?
going fast.
I ain't even
He's
trying
going
to-
fast at his age.
Correct.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
aging
You're
goes.
so funny for a guy who's been doing it for a while. Yeah.
But you've been from Fox.
He's
to
mad you didn't have a
cable.
Vine account,
Right, he's
man.
just mad. He's just mad. He's just mad. You still got all your hair. I mean, what's going on? You know?
Let me try this again. Let me see.
He came in looking nice today, and
Yeah.
I was like,
On
Tommy,
no part of your skull have you lost hair. It's
Right.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? So bring your old ass in here. You know what I mean? Because I got an ostrich egg on top of this sweater. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. So
man.
my question is,
Please get to it.
How have you managed to keep your sanity through just so many changes that take place in the medium of comedy. And like we've seen now, we've gone through the era of, like I said, you guys doing the sketch comedy on Fox to now Vine stars doing stand-up across the country.
And if I may, you guys were true stars in a medium where TV ratings were the highest they could ever be.
Right.
There were, when you were in big movies, you are in big movies. You got BET stuff coming out right now. There was never a better time to be a star, right? Like that was a huge thing. I don't know that that exists at that level. There's the huge stars still, but you guys were at a level that isn't going to be easy.
But things were different.
Right.
Like you can be a star now and not have talent.
True.
So
Right.
that's the
Right.
difference. That's the difference, man.
How frustrating is that for you?
You can have, you know what? It's not frustrating for me unless I think, and I do think this sometimes, and I gotta shake myself out of that thing.
Right.
That my success depends on someone else. That my success depends on someone else's.
Why don't I have that
You
marketing
know, like
team?
if somebody else, like if somebody is like really, really successful and really, really like hot, that means I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like to avoid that thinking. It's hard to do.
Right.
Because you're in the same horse track.
Right.
You know, it's like number 7 coming around the corner, number 7 coming around the corner. Everybody look at number 7. Number 1. Number 1 is number
comes
1 and 3.
33. Oh,
No,
look out.
3 is
There
dropped
he
to the
is.
back,
Oh,
and now number
look
1.
out.
Number
Oh,
1.
come
Kevin
on.
Hart for the Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. Class of Kevin Hart wins this. Kevin Hart wins this one. Kevin Hart wins this one by a tail. You know, I get, you know what I mean.
Every time.
Around the corner, coming around the corner. You got Chris Rock, number 5. 5, etc. You got
Is that Amy Schumer? Amy Schumer coming alongside.
Ellen came from the outside of the. You know, so
Right.
it ends up. You know, that's the business of it.
Right.
You know, but you know the horses got to chill. You know,
Right.
the horses are gonna go back to the stable and. You know, have to take a crap and need some water, and you know what I mean. It's like
It's well said.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just like I got to remember, man.
Right.
I'm just a plain old horse out here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, and it's a job.
Of course.
It's a job. You know, when at the end of the day, no one's doing that job for free.
Right.
So it's like as long as I have one, then that's the good part.
Right.
Because you know, if I wasn't, I'd be doing the things that I was doing, which I'm willing to do.
Right.
You know, or I wouldn't have been doing them. I wouldn't have worked at like Home Depot if I
Right.
wasn't willing to do it. I wouldn't have worked at the delis and the hospital and doing all the stuff that I did before. It's just
Yeah.
that I got fortunate that this is my job and I worked to get the job. But man, when I'm writing, the most grateful point that I can ever be at in my life is usually when I drive by road construction guys and they're out there in this weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
go, man, wow, thank you for showing me that because I needed to see the comparison.
Right.
That's motivational. The part where he rolls his window down and screams, "Shoulda went to college."
Right. Or
That's
shoulda
embarrassing.
did a comedy club. Yeah.
That's always tough. Whenever Tommy
that's
Davidson
when a monkey
screams
wrench
at
ends
you.
up going through your window.
Yeah, that'll happen.
You know, you end up fighting guys in like fluorescent vests, you know, in the cold.
I apologize if you've had
Thank
this
you. You like
question.
the fluorescent vest. Yeah. He just pictured me getting my ass whipped by
I can see that.
What are they doing to that little towel? Why are they? Yeah. Why are those construction men tearing that towel up? Oh, that's a man. A shoe.
Oh, he's bleeding.
Yeah, a shoe just fell off that towel. It's the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. Well, you're no wizard at all. You know.
I apologize if you get this question a lot, but I have to ask this. I think one of the
What's it
funniest
like being
things-
old as fuck?
Yes,
You
I'm
know where
Iron Man.
that's
Yes, I'm Iron Man. Okay, let's get it out of the way.
It's answered. Can I tweet that out?
I am Iron Man.
Okay.
You know, I like that at the end of that. You're gonna, sir, you know what? I am Iron Man. You know what I
But
mean?
that's some white privilege shit, though, right there.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
ain't
come
no
on.
black CEO
Yeah, yeah,
can
come
go
on.
do a
Yeah,
press conference and
Come
go,
on.
I'm T'Challa. No, you can't say that
you
out in the
can't
open.
say that. Yeah, you gotta keep this secret.
Right.
Yeah. Only a white boy can do that. I am Iron Man, and ain't nothing you can do about it. That's like Trump. I am a liar, and now what?
Well, now what?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think one of the funniest things I've ever seen, it was actually your parents on Martin, and you were Varnell Hill.
Right.
And that segment where you were in the radio station with Martin, I think is one of the most iconic comedic moments. And I wanted to know if it was scripted, because it felt like you added
Right,
some
right.
extra things to that. Can you go into that
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
just a little
yeah.
bit
I
for
go
me?
into it. Mark was acting funny, man. Like when I got to the show,
Uh-huh.
he was acting like, hey, he was like, yelling at people and stuff, and it's his show.
Right.
And I was like, dude, when you start yelling at people like that, like what's
Right.
going on? What's
Right,
going on
yeah.
with that, dude?
Yeah.
That's new.
Oh, we're
Right.
here.
You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
get out, you get that and go over there. And
Right.
So you know, I was like, well, hey, dude, you know, he was like, you don't understand, man, how TV's run. You know, this, that, and the other thing, and this atmosphere. You know, you gotta show your authority. And I was like, I'm on a TV show, man. You know what I mean? Like, why you try? He said, yeah, but you don't understand. Like, he was trying to tell me about you. I don't get it.
Right.
You know, I don't get it. So I was like, okay, cool. So when we did the rehearsals and stuff, I just brought what I do
Right.
to the show. You know what I mean? So I just memorized everything and knew it all good. And
Right.
then when they said action, I just did what the hell I wanted to do. And he was rolling. He couldn't help it. He was rolling. I said, that's how you do TV right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how you do TV. You know what I mean? And you walk away smiling. Most
Right.
importantly, you walk away smiling. You spread that energy off to others.
The creativity
You know
has
what
to
I'm saying?
flow better,
Right.
right?
The person that's carrying the couch for the set, or the person that's painting the set, or the ones that are doing makeup, or the electrical guys.
Right.
You know, they actually can contribute to your energy
Right.
and what you have to offer that goes out and is transmitted to the people that receive it.
Well, your product is you. Your
See what I'm
product is
saying?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So your environment, your energy, that momentum, you can build that up. You know what I mean? We just saw it. We just saw it on Super Bowl Sunday. You know, where people harness that energy. You know, of collaborative.
Yeah.
And it's more of a power. That's all.
Absolutely.
And so
Sure.
that came off.
Nice.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's
You tingling from that?
Yeah.
Like
I-
picturing him just walking in and be like, this is gonna be. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But in that moment, it was like, that's why Tommy
Yeah,
Davis
right.
is Tommy Davis.
Right,
Because in
right,
that
right.
moment, I was like, okay, there it is. That's why he's special.
So throughout the years, I imagine you've been picked off to do, we'll just say, private events, maybe perform for celebrities, dignitaries, even top of the list. Give me some kind of a strength. I'm pushing a certain narrative here. I'll admit that because I know of one.
Narrative is like a new thing. that
Yeah,
people say.
right?
Yeah, and and that speaks to that narrative. You know, like, there's that word. There's that word,
I say-
narrative again.
Yeah.
Or you have somebody on TV going, "Yeah, you know, we did this and we did that," and that speaks to that narrative. You know, like, okay, this is the thing. And then one time it was at the end of the day. At
the end of the
yeah,
day.
that was another one
day.
of business one. You know, at the end of the day,
30,000
I'm
foot
like,
view.
and I go in agents' offices and stuff like that, and they go, you know, at the end of the day, and I'm like, this is the end of the day, dude. It's like, it's like
6 p.m.,
6 o'clock, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Tommy, you know what people really need to. I'm saying this is the end of the day.
Do you work in problematic to your daily vernacular?
Say that again.
Problematic.
Man, that's problematic.
That's a
No,
hot
I don't
word.
know
right
that
now.
one. Is that,
You know,
is that,
your
That's the new
tone.
hot word.
Oh, you're
your
hipping
tone.
Me, you're
Your
hipping me to some shit now.
You go on Twitter,
okay.
they be like, hey,
Yeah.
man, you being problematic right now.
Tommy, you crushed at your comedy show at Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis all weekend long, but the tone was a little problematic.
Really? So that's the kind of the thing.
That's
Okay.
the
Right.
millennial
I,
time.
I, I, I learned fast.
I got you. I
I
got you.
learned
Right
fast. I was
there,
like,
man. Yeah.
no, because I went to the real, you know, connotation to where I'm like, am I a problem, man?
Am I a problem?
Yeah, what the problem is? What the problem is? You know what the problem is? You know, which was a very famous line from Samuel Jackson when he was in Spike Lee's movie. Yeah, I forget the name. I think it was I don't know. School Days, was it?
Was it School Days?
It was School
Because
Days.
Samuel L. Jackson
No,
did
it was
like
School
8
Days.
Spike
No,
Lee
it was
movies. I
School
can't
Days. It
remember.
was School Days.
Okay,
It was
all
his
right.
first like time
Right.
shot at some funny. You know, and he had this scene in McDonald's. What the problem is? And that was, you know, I know that because he came from that to me on Strictly Business.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then he went from there to Mars. That guy is
Yeah.
everything.
He doesn't stop
Yeah,
either.
I mean, he doesn't stop, you know.
What do you tap into creatively? When you get set to write something new or get set to hit the stage, what do you tap into to get your creative juices flowing again?
I just go to Happy. You know, I just go right to Happy.
Are you
Go to
always
the-
this? Are you always this centered? I'm serious. Like you walk in, everything. It's
Hell
like,
no.
oh, this is a nice dude, man. Like, no, it's-
No. Yeah, because this is the only thing in my whole career that I can control. Right. You know, this is the only thing. The only thing I can control is what I do
Right.
and how I treat people. you know, my part in
Right.
things is the only thing I can control. So this is like going to be off the hook.
Right,
I'm
right,
like,
right.
yeah, man. I'm like, you know, freaking Dr. J. It's like another dunk from the outside. This guy, you're on fire. You know what I mean? It's just like it's effortless. Like, you know, it's just as big as Ali. You know,
Right.
to me, it's like,
Right.
you know, and Ali knocks out Frazier. You know, and Foreman goes down. You know,
Right.
this is it for me. This is the thing I do.
Right.
At that level, at that exact level, you know, I'm telling you. So, you know, this is what came to be for me.
Right.
You know, there's a long road.
Yes.
You know, I'll use the word synthesize. You know, I've metamorphosized into this awareness, man.
Right.
That, hey, hold on a second now. Hold on. You know, yeah. You know, the thing about comedy is that you don't see it as who's better or whatever.
Right.
And every time I say, oh, I'm the best, I see another comic and I go, well, you know, I'm one of them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I am one of them.
Right.
But I am one of them.
I think that,
But you never have, you know, of everybody on one show.
Right.
You know, but if you had everyone on one show, you know,
Okay.
if we put everybody on one show.
okay, so bring it back to my narrative.
You know what I mean? Yeah, back to your narrative
your
because
narrative.
you're being really problematic.
Very.
Nice.
You know, yeah,
that was
yeah,
so good.
yeah, yeah.
This is why he's the best,
Yeah,
man.
it's very
One of-
problematic.
one of
Very.
them.
Okay. Very.
So, celebrities, businesses, anything. Let's talk private shows that you've done. that-
Oh, you were going there.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes.
Go. I like the
private
question. I gotta
private
answer.
shows that you've done. I have one in particular, but
Okay.
I want to hear what comes to top of mind.
No, I want to
for
hear
you.
yours first.
Michael Jackson.
That was great.
But the funniest thing about the
That
whole
was
thing.
unbelievable. You heard that story?
I have not heard the Michael
Please.
He doesn't
Jackson
even
story.
know.
I don't like
that's what-
Michael
yeah,
Jackson
he,
story.
See, he plays like he's a fan. but
Yeah.
come on.
No, I didn't know
man.
the Michael
body
Jackson
slammed
story.
him.
No, excuse me. This would have been. I would have seen this in Variety.
You know, he acted normal
have
until
seen this,
Michael had a
seriously.
concussion and they
Yeah.
didn't know what CTE
Yeah,
was.
body
at the
slamming on
time.
Michael
but-
Jackson.
but-
Tommy Davidson up
With
there.
the wrap around the waist.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, yeah.
With-
Right.
yeah.
He did it. He did it with pizzazz. He's not just going to do a normal one.
Tweet this.
The wrap around the head from the back. And then
Tweet this
Bam.
out.
Right.
Tommy Davidson, DDT,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Joe,
Just get
Joe
that.
was there trying to get a
Joe
kick
was
in.
there.
Yeah.
yeah, Joe actually grabbed his nose.
Did you perform for Michael Jackson?
Yeah, it was like-
wait, hold
it was
on
like-
now. Y'all ain't gonna.
It's like Mr. Potato Head. It was off the hook. No, but what happened was Michael called me, not directly, but I like to say that because it sounds better.
Who did he
Right.
call?
His assistant,
Management?
his assistant's friend called me,
Okay.
who's hot, by the way, and she said Michael Jackson wants you to do a party at his house, and I was like, get out of here. Get out of here.
How
She's
old are
like,
you at the
"No,
time?"
Serious. I was
Young man.
probably no. My daughter was. You do the math. My daughter's 32 now. She was about 16 then.
Okay. Yeah.
So how long ago was that?
That's 16 years ago. Yeah.
So I am 55, and that makes me then 45, 44,
You did
40,
39.
40, 39.
Okay.
Okay, so we did the math.
Yeah.
job.
So you're an
39
adult.
then,
Yeah.
if we're doing math, was about 165 in white man age.
Yes.
Okay, so
at it, I'm like,
yeah,
what are you, like,
yeah,
38?
yeah, we want to really get down to it.
Right,
It's
right.
Blade Runner, man. You know, we're talking genetics here, synthetic human beings, man. You know,
Speaking of Michael Jackson, yeah.
So I go to his house. Me and my daughter go out to his house.
How'd you get there?
5,000 people. We took a limo out there, which he
Okay.
didn't pay for. And they made it clear to me after the show
That-
you know, when I
that's-
said the building, that Michael doesn't do things like that. I was like,
Whoa. Is
Yeah.
that not? You don't get to just say that.
And we were there all day, man. And I paid for that limo, man, out to his house. Yeah,
Now,
so I'm like,
were you paid for the time?
huh?
Were you paid for the
No.
time?
You know what I mean?
Michael doesn't do
so it's like
things
that. It's
like
like that.
that.
What is that? Car commercial? You know, that's not right. yeah. The finger, the dip with the fingers, you know, or the carpet shower. You know. Yeah, Michael Jackson didn't pay me. You know, that's not right. Yeah. You know.
Oh, man.
But I did meet him, and we had a conversation, and I performed, and I had him rolling, and he had a little man on his knee.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like a midget. I'm talking about actual, like the proportion of a man,
Okay.
but it's just shrunk.
The smaller version.
Yeah, this cat is like all of 2'7",
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Hanging out on his
he's
lap.
2'8".
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Little chunky
could've-
dial,
yeah.
basically.
Think of
Yeah.
you could have
And-
stopped
but
it all.
No, but the cool thing is he's got on the top hat and the white. Hold on, he's rocking the white tight slacks with the boots, like they go on fox hunts. You know, they hold.
Don't point at me when
the
you
whole
say fox.
We don't fox hunt.
Thank you.
We don't
Thank
fox
you.
hunt,
I ain't
man.
know
Okay.
the
That's
damn
fair.
box on
That's
my
fair.
life.
That's fair.
That's a waste of time to take like 12 horses, 20 dogs.
You leave Homie the
No, hold
snail
on,
at
hold on,
home.
hold on.
You leave Homie the
Hold
snail at
on.
home.
Like 12 white guys on horseback with guns, with 20 dogs to catch one dude. And so it's like you know what? If I got to do all that,
Right.
it's gonna be a long day anyway. Because this guy must be pretty foxy.
Yes.
Okay. You know, we ain't got time for all that. You know what I mean? No, because it never occurred to me that how slick that little dog is.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it takes all that just to get him,
Yeah.
it takes 20 of his own kind,
Yes.
horses, and men with guns, and they might not get him.
Might not get it.
And you got to wear the helmet and the red
Right,
coat.
you got
and
the
everything?
helmet.
Yeah.
So anyway, he had on that little outfit and was sitting on Michael's lap, you know, and he's all of 2-1, and Michael's rolling, and I'm up there killing it, and everybody came up and sang. Bill Cosby was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is way before he was incarcerated.
Do
in
you
his
do you
suspenders.
possibly have a photo of you with the two of those guys together?
No, I don't. But I do know
damn
that.
it.
I do know that in Bill Cosby made African American history because he's the first guy that was sent to be incarcerated in a pair of suspenders. Okay, so
Black History Month fact for you.
Black History Month.
Yeah,
fact.
man, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
that
for blessing me
nice
with
fun
that
fact.
fact.
Fun
right,
fact.
that's the first time I saw that. You know what I mean? It was like he's pulling on his suspenders as he's going in. You know, it's like you got this, and then you know he's got the suspenders going in. I got the box after that. You know, so I'm going. This is pretty cool. So I did that. It was beautiful. That wasn't paid for the limo, and okay, it's fine.
Michael doesn't
And
do
I'm like,
things
yeah,
like
Michael
that.
doesn't do things like that. I was okay, cool. It's all right. And I took the L on that one. I'm good.
There's a short
'Cause I
list
got
of
the-
L's I
yeah.
feel like that you would take.
Yeah. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But check this out. I did a movie called Bamboozle.
Yeah.
And me and Kid from Kid and Play, the light skinned one with the
For referencing that for him.
He's an extreme drunk now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, but a brilliant guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But now he looks like a I don't know,
Tortured soul.
no, a 5th century Mongolian horse.
Get him. Hey, man, get Tommy Davidson out of here.
Get out of
Hey, let's get this man out of here, man. Get this guy out of here. You could tell. First off, I saw the wheels.
He did.
I saw the
He
wheels
did.
turn.
He
I was
did.
like, Tommy,
Right.
about to, he
Right.
about to lose his damn mind on
And he
this one.
tricks you
No,
like he doesn't
no,
actually
I'm
know what
being
he's going to
honest.
say. No, you're not. You're lying. You're lying.
I'm being honest here. Listen
Tommy,
to
being
me.
honest,
I feel like
If
you're
you can
dishonest
Google
at
if
this
you want.
point.
Google, hold on, listen. Google 5th century Mongolian horseman, okay, and then look at him, okay, so, okay, and tell me I'm not right.
Hey, man.
Okay, in the 5th century, they stormed from
Everywhere.
from the steppes of Asia,
Right.
all the way
Into
over.
Europe.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's plenty of illustrations of 5th century Mongolian. Okay, so okay,
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Yeah.
So, what? Yeah. What was I saying?
Mongolia.
Right. I said kid looks like that. Right. But
Fox
I was
hunts,
relating
Is it-
that
right,
to
right.
something.
He was at the
Yeah,
Michael
Bamboozle.
Jackson,
Yeah,
Bamboozle.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, me and Kid went to the thing, right? So we go to. Well, I went to the premiere and all that stuff.
Right.
And that's glitzy stuff. But I always like to go and see my movies the first weekend with the audience.
Right.
That's
to see
exciting.
if it's really funny.
Yeah.
Because it's. When everybody's there,
Right.
it's glitzy, they're gonna laugh.
They're all, yeah.
For sure.
If it's free popcorn,
Right.
free popcorn will put anybody in a good mood. So it's like, yeah, you pop what? Except for the little boy that clown It promised popcorn.
Right.
don't-
That was
that-
bad.
And the
that
little boy
didn't work
lost his
out.
arm because
Yeah.
It bit his arm off.
It's gone.
Okay, so
It's no longer
right,
there.
It happened at the beginning of the movie. Okay.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I take the word it. It bit white boy arm off.
Right.
At the beginning of movie. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it is not a clown. All right. So. No, I'm trying to make sense of stuff.
Right.
It says it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they just told you the rest of the sentence, you wouldn't go near the clown.
True.
It's a great point.
What they're saying is it, but it's not a period on it, right? It's it.
So that makes me pop my head around the corner.
Right.
Right.
What they and then they show you a picture of this clown.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you would have kept your arm
Right.
if
You
the
knew
rest of
that
the
they
sentence.
said-
It's
Can't.
not a clown.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you're right.
Thank you, Tommy.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we're at this thing. Right. You know. So we're at this.
Premiere.
No, it's not a premiere. It's like the Friday.
Oh, the
night
first-
Friday.
okay,
Everybody
so that's
comes
where
to
we're at,
see.
yeah.
But they got roped off seats in the back. And so me and Kid go, those are ours. You know, we try to,
Right.
get it. And they go, no, those are Michael Jackson's, man.
Wow.
And they had that serious,
That's
I have a
He's
really.
like, he owes me
Yeah.
10 grand.
Yeah, all of a sudden the guy who's got the the theater outfit with the burgundy
Right.
the burgundy
Top
jacket.
hat, like
Yeah.
the,
No, he's got the burgundy jacket.
Okay.
It's the guys in the theater.
Yeah.
But not like the theaters are now.
Right.
Right.
The theaters are now like, whoa, you know?
Right.
I'm talking about
Akin to like a bellhop
yeah,
at the
I'm
Ritz.
talking about like the theater guy who's got
Right.
the black slacks on.
right.
Probably part of a
The
theater
guy that-
union.
like the same kind that the guy at the Fryer uses
Ah,
at
yes.
KFC.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got he's got the whole
No stick shoes?
He's got the whole I sweep up popcorn kit on. Okay. And it's important to them now. You know what I mean? That's Michael Jackson. They're important. And so I'm like, cool. And I'm watching the movie, and sure enough, a guy walks in wearing a chic outfit, but everybody else around him is not Arabs. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're like black people. I'm
Right.
like, that's Michael, man. Yeah, an Arab ain't gonna roll with a bunch of brothers.
You call it out, hey,
Yeah.
MJ.
Yeah, some Arab chic is not gonna be hanging out with a bunch of brothers chewing bubble gum.
Sing Bamboozle.
Hey, what we doing, man? You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where the five guys? All that bullshit. You know what I mean? So we look back, and sure enough, he's in the theater, dude, and he's laughing, and it was a great movie. It was a good experience for me, man. That was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful movie. So that was a great experience. But I think one of the best impromptu. What was the question?
Any kind of a private thing, just something out of
Yeah.
a normal comedy club's
Being very
crazy stuff
problematic
happens.
now.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
all right.
I agree.
So but I think one of the best ones was I went to Afghanistan, Bagram, and the 3 Marines were shot the night before.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my show's this night,
Oh wow.
and that's right, like across in that lot. That's
Right.
that far from where we were staying. So the
wow.
guys
Yeah.
come over to my room. The guys, I mean the brass,
Right.
and I'm looking through my keyhole. I'm like, damn, what's happening? They're like, would you go see this Marine? Because one died, the other got a severed spine. This one lost his foot. Would you go and see him? And I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I'm like praying, like, what am I going to tell this boy? So as I'm walking over there, they're peeling off like a fuselage and a daggone rocket. I'm like the last person left.
Oh wow.
And there's a bed with the curtain around it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I pull the curtain back. He's got tubes and all this stuff. And he opens one of his eyes and darts up and goes, "What are you doing here?" Smiling.
Wow.
I was like, I was going to ask you the same thing. Man. You know what I mean? And we just started talking, and it was all love. That was, I think, but that's just like one.
Right.
Right.
That you've had
Another
those
one-
opportunities, man.
Check this one out. I go to see the veterans too, because no one knows we're at war right now. Currently, we are in a war.
Right.
Currently, our servicemen and women are being killed
Right.
in combat
Right now.
by high numbers,
Right.
and no one's saying anything
Right.
at all. And if you want to prove it, go to the Veterans Hospital here now and go say, hey, I want to visit some of the injured veterans from Afghanistan and from these places that we are in Syria and stuff. And then you can go upstairs and see them missing legs
Right.
and burned all from
Horrific.
being bombed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why don't we know that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
you wouldn't
know.
think
I don't know.
that there's still a fresh
It's not
supply of people
you know,
coming
I'm not
in.
Atlas, dude.
Right.
I'm just a part of the thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we were on the shore going, hey, things are cool, and next thing you know, they were like, hey, this is called sugar cane. Okay, so yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wish I knew the technical term for cotton because I don't want to.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And now I have to play dumb like I don't know it because then if
yeah.
you're like, why did you know that?
Yeah. Why didn't you know that? And then the media would be on you.
Right.
He calls them cotton pickers at the podcast.
Yep.
Get this podcast, cotton picking, same thing.
Same difference.
I've got a headline: problematic cotton picking podcast upsets Tommy Davidson at his weekend.
Let's make it official.
Thank you. Shake on it.
You know, let's make that official.
Okay, good.
So I go up to the Veterans Hospital and I meet this kid, and I only call him a kid. He's an adult,
Right.
but my kids are adults, so I call him kid. He was
Right.
like 19. He had lost both his legs in an explosion, right? But one of them, he didn't lose them. He lost one completely,
Right.
from the knee down, and then the other one was just didn't work,
Right.
just trauma.
Gone.
So he had the bottom of his calf being reattached using tendons in his back,
Oh, wow.
Oh.
you know, and so he wanted to keep his legs is the deal.
Yeah.
Black dude from Mississippi.
Right.
And he said to me, man, I'm not ashamed of, I don't feel mad about this. He said, I am down for my country. You know, and that's why I joined.
Right.
Because I want to protect us.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. I said, I'm coming back to see you next year. So he said, oh, thank you, man. You know? And so I came back next year, but they had moved. It was Walter Reed Hospital at first, and now
Right.
they moved to Bethesda Naval Hospital in Bethesda, where I worked as a teenager.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I go over there to go upstairs to see him, and they say no one can see veterans no more. They're not allowed upstairs anymore. No one's allowed to see them.
Right.
I feel strange.
Right. Yeah?
Yeah, right? You should be
Really?
able to visit them, right?
Right. Can someone see them? Don't they fight for our country?
Right.
Right.
This is not one knee situation.
Right.
Since we're so unpatriotic, right? Because we took a knee, right? But what about people? What about getting the whole group of NFL owners to get together with the people who pay tickets for the football games and take them to see some veterans?
Right.
Sure.
Right.
If they're so patriotic.
Right. Right.
Right. No,
Right. No, that's
right.
real. Right.
Yeah.
Right. If we're not, if the players aren't patriotic,
Right.
that means that they are.
They are.
Yeah.
Right.
So why don't they take some of not the players, but why don't they take the people that pay them to see games, to see veterans if they're
see
so,
these vets,
right.
right.
So I go up there, right, and they say no, I'm not cool, but I'm like I don't know why. Let me talk to the authorities here and find out why I can't do that. In the meantime, I go down to the hospital that I worked at in
Right.
the kitchen where I used to work, and 2 people were still there that I worked
Get
with.
outta here.
Nope.
That's
No,
crazy.
They
Yeah.
were there.
That's awesome.
Ruby and Ruth, right? I remember
They listen.
I remember everybody that
Right.
I worked
Yeah,
with.
good shout
And they
out.
come out and started crying when they saw me, boy. And they was telling the people that were with me little stories.
Right.
And Ruth, Ruby told a story. She said, I just started working here, and I heard this singing, and I went in the back, and there was this little boy stacking boxes. You know what I mean? And I was like, you better do something with that one day. She was like, I'm so glad you did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
And I go back to the place, and they tell me, no, you can't go upstairs. But the guy was coming out of the PX.
Get out of here. The dude.
In his wheelchair. And
That's freaky timing.
he's like, whoa, you came back to see me? I said, I told you I was going to come see you. And I said, I see you kept your legs.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, and you see I bought me some Jordans.
That's hilarious.
I swear.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I swear.
That's got to be a
So I
Jordan's
think that
commercial,
was,
man.
I think that was the best.
That was.
I don't.
I think it answers your question.
That answers that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to interview you anymore.
Yeah,
like, we
yeah.
have to. That's your closer.
There it is.
Travis, you got anything
Closer?
else?
Tommy Davidson.
Okay.
Tommy
Thank
Davis at
you so
Helium
much.
Comedy
Michael's
Club
like,
all
jump
weekend
back
long.
through the window, looking at y'all. In
Yes.
the
He
eyes.
jumped back in the window.
Yeah, wham! Right?
Some quick plugs before you go. What do we need to keep an eye out for?
The book.
Okay.
Tommy Davidson, Living in Color.
Oh, yeah.
my
Yeah, because
God.
that's my book and it's out.
Nice.
Well, it's not out yet, but it's done.
You got a copy on you?
Here it comes.
I'm gonna get it.
I got the
That'd be so
I do,
good.
But you can't have it.
Thank you.
Well,
That's
because
fair.
we don't have a cover. And
No, it's
but
fair.
All right,
we're
looking
ready
forward
for
to
that.
it.
We're gonna make
Yeah.
that happen. Here, another question before we. Let
I thought
go.
you said that's a wrap.
See, that's what I heard the applause still
Yeah,
going.
you're being
So I was
very
like, maybe we'll
problematic
go
right
out
now.
there.
Very problematic.
Tommy, we'll let
Yeah,
you get
I'm
out
gonna
of
get
here,
out of here.
man.
He's gonna go. He really took that term personally. You know what I mean? Wow, you can't tell anyone anything. No, I want that question.
No, David Allen Greer is one of our favorites. We haven't even brought him up at all. Are you surprised one bit? Speaking of all of you just doing all these great things, he's one of our favorites personally together, still one of mine, everything.
Oh, that's my boy.
Anything surprise you about what he's done with his career? I feel like yourself and like some others
think
from that
that
world,
it's-
like you guys could
yeah.
literally turn around and
I
do
think the most
anything.
surprising thing about David's audience and his career is that no one notices that he has a Neanderthal frontal lobe.
You don't
There
think
it
he's got
is.
two closers and then he does it?
No, the Neanderthal frontal lobe is different than
Hang on.
it's different than Homo sapien sapien.
I need the.
Isn't it? Structurally, the Neanderthal frontal lobe is different than Homo sapien sapien. In that, you know what? I'm not a scientist.
Tommy Davidson, Helium Comedy Club all weekend long. Thanks, everybody.
We